welcome to the first Grad Philippines Career Jumpstart sessions. And this is the BPO session. Just to remind everyone, if you are not here for the BPO session, you might be on a different sessions. And my name is Zab. I'll be your moderator for today's session, along with Shai Hashel will be coming in soon later on. Joining me are some of the leaders, top employers here in the Philippines in BPO. And before I introduce them, just some few reminders for our audience, participants, viewers to please kindly mute your mic, all right? Because you can all visit their breakout rooms after the panel sessions where you could ask your questions. But if we do have time, please just put it on the chat box here and we will be able to answer it later at this session, all right? And just to tell you how it's gonna be going. So the panel sessions, we're gonna have a discussion, a few questions I'll be asked to each and every one of you. We're gonna have a general question and answer, then the breakout rooms. And for the audience, what should you do? Please do maximize the opportunity to engage, interact, and ask questions. Please don't be shy to ask questions. This is the time where we could explore all the different opportunities. So also you can sign up and create your profile at the Grad Philippines here. And please don't forget to follow Grad Philippines and their LinkedIn and their pages updates. All right. And this is where you can sign up. It's quite easy. Just go onto the Grad Philippines. The login sign up is on the top right part. And a lot of our students or graduates is asking if there will be an e-certificate here. So yes, we do provide those. You can get your e-certificates here. And yeah, we have a lot of audience today coming from different universities. So I would like to give a recognition to all of our partner universities and partner employers joining us today. Thank you so much. Being part of this event will give the students, the candidates, and the graduates a great head start in the career industry they are trying to be part of, right? So we are so lucky because the panelists we have here today are not just anyone, but people who are expert on their respective fields. They have been with the company for years, and each company that we already have specialized on different accounts as well. So it would be great to get it going. So let me just so yeah, to get started, I'll be asking some few questions, and those questions all is to introduce yourself first and describe what your organization does. So first on our list is actually one of the freshest names in the industry, and this is coming from Miss Luisa Escares from Provex. So hi, Luisa, how are you?
Okay, sorry. I'm okay. How are you, Zab?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How is it going? So yeah, it would be great to know more about you and the company. Could you introduce yourself, please, and what does the organization does?
All right. So I am Louis Escares. I am the uh okay, sorry. So I look after the entire recruitment and sourcing team of the Probe Group here in the Philippines. What we do. So wait, hold on. I get distracted. Zab, for everyone's information, um, I am visually impaired. So every time someone comes in the room, I hear the names because my phone tells me what's happening on the screen and in the room. So I'm sorry I got distracted there. But anyway, so I've been in the industry for a long time already. For Pro Group, I have been with the company for 6 years already. Um, and really happy with how Pro Group is meeting the expectations I have for them. Why? Because we do a lot of BPO work. Um, we have a lot of verticals that we attend to. So we have the travel and hotel industry. We also take care of customers from the energy and utilities group. That also includes telco. Um, we also have insurance. We also have different kinds of workload. That's quite unique to our organization. Most of our customers are actually Australians. So most of the work that we offer are during the day. Um, all right. So I guess that's it. So if you have any questions about your career, about what it is like to be in a BPO, what different paths you can take in the BPO industry, you just feel
Mhm.
free to ask us later because there's so much than what you already know. Especially you guys are attending these sessions, it will really be helpful for you to maximize the time that you have with us.
Well, thank you so much for that, Louis. And it's really great. It's we I'm sure the candidates, the graduates here will love to know more about ProX. And yeah, second in our list is a company first established in the Philippines in actually '07, which has grown to one of the largest outsourcing companies, which is now represented by we have Mr. Alnard Alejandro Pagulayan from Concentrix. Hi Al, how are you?
Hi Zab, and hi everyone. Hi to all my co-BPO warriors. It's nice to see everyone in the morning. So this is very unique to us. So you can just call me Al. I've been in the industry for 15 years
Wow.
already. And I'm currently the leader for academic and industry linkages. So Concentrix in the Philippines is the largest BPO or call center. We have over 90,000 employees across the Philippines, 46 sites in the major regions in the country. Most of our clients are based in the US. We also have presence in Australia, in Canada, in Europe, and parts of Asia. So we provide solutions to a lot of verticals or a lot of industries. And when asked what exactly do we do, I think the simple answer to a potentially complex question is we provide personalized solutions to everyday problems. That's it.
Right. Thank you so much for that, Al. That's really great to hear. And now moving forward, we have a company that is part of the largest comprehensive global provider for cloud-based human capital management solutions. So we have Mr. Jai Ravin from ADP. Hi, Jai. How are you?
Zab, good morning, and to the rest of my colleagues, good morning. My name is Jai. I'm with the group called Automatic Data Processing. Zab mentioned earlier, we are a human capital management software solutions company. So we're really a company that does end-to-end human resource help for the clients that we support, from hiring, the payroll, talent management, benefits management. So we do that so that the companies that we are helping can focus on what they do best. And from a perspective of reach that we have, we support our clients all over the world, around 810,000 clients, 140 countries, and around 80% of Fortune 500 companies are our clients. So we support them and we make sure that they do their jobs well, and then we're just here on the sidelines.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, I graduated with a degree in psychology 2001. I'm already 40, so go figure. I've been working ever since. So I'm gonna share with you what I can with the org and my experience. Hopefully, I can help put a little perspective with everyone. So good morning, maayong buntag.
Wow, my buntag Jai. That's really great. So yeah, we're really eager to learn more about ADP and what the things that you could share with us as well. We are very eager to learn about that. And yeah, moving forward, one of the pioneers in the business process service industry, we have Mr. Kurt Urbanozo from Conduent. Hi, Kurt. How are you?
Hi, Zab. Good morning. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. It's Friday, finally. So almost the end of
Finally,
for us.
yes.
It's a very busy week for me also. So yeah, thankfully it's the end of the week now, and it's Friday the 13th. But yeah, this is, I believe, a lucky opportunity for us to share our experiences. So by way of background, to our audience, my name is Kurt Urbanozo. My pronouns are he, his, and him. I am from Conduent Philippines Talent Marketing and Site Marketing Communications team. So at Conduent, through our dedicated associates, because at the end of the day, the BPO is a people business, people-centric business. We deliver exceptional outcomes and mission critical services and solutions to businesses and governments. So that at the end of the day, we again deliver exceptional outcomes for our clients and the millions of people who count on them. We are headquartered in Florham Park, New Jersey, but in the Philippines, we consider ourselves pioneer because we are in operations since early 2000. And at the same time here in the Philippines, we already have 6 sites across Metro Manila and Metro Cebu. So additionally, in terms of business, we support around 95% of the Fortune 100 companies in globally. And at the same time, we cater services in the customer experience space, meaning your typical BPO work, voice, email, and chat. We also have, we also support functions in finance, accounting, and procurement, casualty claims management or your typical medical claims management, HR services and learning solutions, and some other support requirements being given to us by our Fortune 100 clients. So yeah, we support, we operate 24/7 globally here in the Philippines to support our business globally. And most of our clients are from the US, Europe, and Australasia. So yeah, welcome to this event of yours, Grad Philippines and Zab. And as early as now, I would like to congratulate your team for this very fruitful and insightful session. Good morning.
Good morning, Kurt. Thank you so much for the wonderful words. And yeah, it's really great to have you here. We have a lot of people coming in. We have there's a lot of greetings coming from good morning from Joanna and Angelica. Hi guys. Please, you're gonna learn a lot from here. And of course, not last but not the least, definitely is a company that is part of a United Health Group, a care services group operating across the countries, and is also represented by Miss Christine Therese Pasiati from Optum. Hi, hi, Christine.
Hi. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. So
Happy
glad that it's
Friday.
Friday today. Yes. So my name is Christine Therese Pashati. Everyone calls me Reese, though, like the chocolate. And I am the sourcing manager for the campus and graduates program here at Optum. I've been with my company for over 8 years already and with the industry for over 10 years. And I'm really happy that we're all here together this morning just to really help all the students and give more information about the industry. So about Optum, we are the #1 healthcare company in the United States, also ranking 5th out of the Fortune 500 organizations or 500 companies. And we touch nearly every aspect of the healthcare systems. And our mission and values would really be to help people live healthier lives and to help make the healthcare system work better for everyone. So I hope that for this session, you get to know myself as well as Optum even more. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the introductions. And wow, this is a really an exciting lineup for us to be part of. And I know how the audience are eager to know more about your organization and how to be a part of this. So yeah, let's move on to the question and answer portion. All right. So this is a question apply for all is what is the most important piece of advice you could give to the students, candidates, graduates we have here today, aspiring to be part of your organization within this kind of industry, within this BPO industry? So we could start off first, if I may. Miss Christine, ladies first.
Thank you. All right. So for everyone, I believe that the advice that I can give you to have and to be part of this industry is really just have an open mind. It's very important that you know what you're coming into. So make sure that you're able to research about the company that you want to apply to. Make sure
Mhm.
that you understand the position that you're applying for as well. It's very important to do your research. A lot of students that I interview really just want a job, but it's better to really understand the position that you're applying for as well as the company that you're applying for. So really do your research. That's very important. And another thing is to just be really willing to be trained. Make sure that you have an open mind to be developed within the organization that you want to be part of. So it's very important that you come in to your first job or to the company that you would like to apply to, knowing that you want to be trained and you want to develop your skills. So I think that's what I can say. I won't lecture around with more tips, but so I'll leave it to my other panelists.
All right, that's really great to hear, Christine. That's a really good insight. And we could move on to Ms. Louis Cares. Hi, ma'am.
Yep. So advice is, I think number one is understand what you want to do. Um, Come up with a goal first. That's the very first step for us. And when you already have your goal, make a decision that you want to achieve it. Um, if you have those two things in mind already, the next step is to make the first step, which is always the hardest. But it it is very important also that when you make a decision, you also understand that that goal that you have in mind may not be instant. It could take months or years before you achieve it. But what's important is you always have that goal in mind and your mind is set that you are going to achieve it soon. And then everything will fall into place. Because if you don't make a decision, if you don't have a goal, you'd be blinded and you don't know where to go, what to do next. All right. That's it,
So yeah,
Zab.
wow, that's really good insight. Have a goal, and make that first step. You don't have to be afraid. So for everyone who is listening here, to all everyone who we have an audience here, and that's really good advice to get from. And yeah, another we could get now more, and would like to know more about the thoughts of, um, please, Al. It would be great to know what are your thoughts about that.
Sure. So I think Christine and Louis really pointed out two great considerations, especially for starting students, research and then understanding what you want. And once you're in already, I suggest that you really take it one day at a time. You will have bouts of successes, of failures. You'll feel overwhelmed, and all of a full range of emotions in a day, right? And it's best that before you sleep, you get to reflect on the good things that you have done, the effort that you have put in to a work that's well deserving of your effort. So don't be easily discouraged, I guess is what I want to say. So again, take it one day at a time.
Yeah, we have don't be discouraged from Al. There's a really good approach as well because sometimes a lot of young ones now these days are easily discouraged. They're easily be affected to what is happening. A few failures sometimes keep them getting down. So it's really good advice coming from you guys. And now we would love to hear more about Kurt. How are you? So, what do you think? What advice can you give working with your in specific industry?
All right, okay. I would like to share that for post millennials, or they call it now senials, what I can share is that it's very applicable to them because what what's ideal in the BPO industry is your ability, aside from your basic work qualifications and your ability to communicate and express yourself, it's important for aspirants to be flexible. Being flexible should be ready to roll up your sleeves and show us what you've got. Why? Because in the industry, going there and joining, the workforce in that specific industry, your half should ideally be half full and half empty. Your experiences should be there, but at this life experiences to be exact, because you're a fresh graduate. But at the same time, you will have enough room to learn processes, to learn the industry, and again, at the end of the day, to love this industry. Why it is worth loving? Because it's again, at the end of the day, a fun loving industry for us. And to share, um, I've been in the industry for more than a decade, and what I can say is that I grew in this industry. I started as a customer service representative, and now I was given the opportunity to move my career forward, and now as a regional lead for marketing and communications and talent marketing. So there is growth. There is room for growth in our industry, and for as long as you are flexible enough to embrace your initial role, and then as you move forward, be be flexible in accepting your true calling in our industry. So yeah, that's what I have.
Wow, I totally agree with you with that, Kurt. Be passionate in what you do, love what you do, and of course, be patient because success doesn't really goes overnight, you know. And you've been with a company for how many years now? So you could see it's been a lot. So yeah, it will be really great now to move forward to Jai. Hi, Jai. How's it going?
Hello, sir. You know, the beauty part about coming in last is you only need to ride on to the others.
It's true.
but
You
but
just said
I
I
you know
agree.
I really enjoy the input of everyone because it makes sense. When Christine said you have to be teachable, it's right. It's true because sometimes when you look at a company and what on earth are they doing, don't worry about it. Most, if not all of us here in line will teach you what to do. So to Christine's point, when you say have an open mind, have a teachable spirit, it's just like going back to college, learning something. It's there. I mean, the only part is there's always an opportunity to learn something wherever, whichever part you're being placed. There's always an opportunity to learn. It's your mindset and how things can be perceived as important or whatnot. When Al said you need to strive hard to make sure that you don't fall back, which is true. You have to start understanding what resiliency is. And when we say resiliency, you really have to connect with failures. To Al's point, you really have to, if you don't make it once with one company, don't say, I can't, oh, this is it. I can't, I'm a fail. No, no, no. You have to push forward. And that is a trait that I believe all the panelists here share with me, that they did not stop because they did not make it on their first try. You have to push forward. Dapat matibay, dapat matatag. I mean, that is a trait that we'd like to make sure that if it does not kill you, it will only make you stronger. All
Wow,
right.
totally agree.
And just harness your strengths, what you do, what you're very good at, because all these certain aspects that you have, that you display in school can still can be translated into work because it's the dynamic of how you do things in the office that's very similar when working with teams. So harness what you know and capitalize on the strengths that you have.
Wow, no, that's really awesome, Joy. It's a really good insight. I love how you put it into words. How do you apply all others' advices as well? There's a really good approach there. And yeah, I know that the students or the graduates, that the audience we have here could really learn a lot from you guys. And as you can see, we just started, but the words that they are imparting are some words or advices that you could not hear if lumabas ka lang dyan. So we're already at home, but if you just go outside, play with others, something that you will not hear. The advices that we got from there is something that you're gonna hear only here because they are already imparting us. This is basically giving you a head start of what's going on. So yeah, moving forward with this one, we could put on the second question, oh, probably the third question that we already have. I know the students would love to land a job with you. That's why they're here. So, what are the advices you could give to help them survive in the first year? What are the things that they should do? What are the things that they should not do? So please let us start off now with Kurt. Hi, Kurt. It would be great to hear. What are your thoughts about that?
Okay. Here's the thing. At Conduent, in order for you to survive, you have to live our core values. That would include drive customer success, communicate with purpose, and be open and inclusive, and be a good teammate at the same time. So these are our value system, and we live by this because it's a very amazing formula that we implement in our organization to become a successful contributor to the growth of the organization and also to the growth of our individual careers. So we apply that, and at the same time also we consider we also have to consider that our employees should ideally be ready. Again, I'll go back to the flexibility uh, storyline, because we offer multiple opportunities inside, multiple job roles, multiple functions. If you're tired with CXM already, you have an opportunity to explore other roles and other functions in the areas of either healthcare, finance, accounting, and procurement, or learning services. So it's important that the person, the fresh graduate, is really open-minded to explore opportunities inside, because in the BPO space, we have multiple areas wherein an employee can explore and at the same time discover his or her strength. Because at the end of the day, we have case studies wherein one employee initially joined, for example, a customer experience management role, but because we opened another opportunity for her in the finance and accounting and procurement space, she realized that it's her cup of tea, and then growth came in, and now she's already a service delivery manager. So again, that's the goal in order for you to survive. Be always flexible and ready to embrace new challenges in the BPO space.
Wow, be ready. That's something that everybody should hear. Always be ready, be flexible to anything that comes along with you guys. So that's a really good advice you got there. So yeah, moving forward, we'd love to hear something from Christine. Please, Christine, what are your thoughts about that?
I would also have to agree with Kurt that you do really have to be flexible to really understand the business that you are applying for, as well as the position that you have already passed and you're already part of that organization. But I think what I also want to share would be, I think it's very important that you have to be your authentic self to really strive and be who you are in the role that you are in the company that you work with. So it's very important to understand who you are. Make sure that you don't change who you are, especially trying to get to know your new office mates or your managers. You don't have to impress anyone but yourself. So it's very important just to stay true to who you are. And from there, you'll be able to build relationships with your colleagues as well as also your managers, and even get to concentrate on where and how to reach your goals, and also how you'd like to reach your career.
Wow, that's nice. Be authentic of who you are. So being unique really makes a difference because it really brings out the best of us, you know, having that kind of traits, it's a really good advice. So yeah, we could have now here for Jai. What are your thoughts, my man?
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Advice, first things first. I always take a quote from Sun Tzu, if you're familiar with that. It's knowing yourself and knowing your enemy. If you want to go to battle, you have to know yourself, know your enemy. You have to understand what you're getting yourselves into. So first year, if you want to survive, be observant. You really have to observe. You can't just put yourself in a situation and then dive in and do whatever it is that you want because you feel it's right. No, observe how things are going around you, because if you observe it, then you understand what the environment is like, what the culture is like. Then you can adapt to it, because your ability to adapt to the situation can also dictate your success. And at the same time, understand what the culture is and understand, pick up on the good points of the culture. Oh, come on. let's be honest here. It's not a perfect. There are no perfect organizations. There are always good things, and there's always not so good things to follow. Pick up on the good things. And what Kurt mentioned earlier, core values. Know the core values. Why the core values are important, and align yourself to it, because that's how you have your own core values when you come in there, and it will just make sense for you to see where you are positioning in terms of how you can connect to the bigger picture, right? And the next thing is also harness key relationships. Build key relationships, because especially if in this kind of a setup where you don't see each other, it's good that that you have an extra hand to lean on or connect with, because it can help you become more successful. And if you're good at what you do, those other people can also promote or become your promoters for the good things that you bring to the organization. And at the same time, I think it's more around being very to I think it was Christine who mentioned being authentic. If you don't know something and you're new, your first year, raise your hand and say, I don't understand, I need help. Because your leaders will never know how to help you if you don't say anything. Be very clear. But it doesn't mean you have to be very clear that you don't do your part and do your homework, do your studying. You have to do your part, because it's 50-50. We can only show you the way if you also walk the way. I hope that makes sense.
Nice. That's really great. I totally agree with you with that. Observe and adopt is really one of the key features or key factors where a person can succeed, because knowing the domain you're working with and addressing or acknowledging them, accepting the fact that there are rooms for improvement, it's the only way for you to grow. So it's really good. And yeah, how about you, Al? What are your thoughts?
It's really nice hearing the words of my colleagues, really, because I think one of these days we should get together and make up us a podcast, an inspirational podcast,
Really nice
specifically for
advice.
BPOs, because I'm
Good
sure
suggestion.
we have our own battle scars, and it's refreshing to hear those words as a reminder that even folks mature in their roles already need to hear, right? So I'll pivot a little bit, probably by saying that in my case, my advice would be plan your growth, and you have to be very deliberate about it. And when I say growth, it doesn't always have to be a promotion. No one should ever pressure you to move up or grow in a certain role. It should be you who would be dictating your pace. And there are three possible routes at this point that I can think of. First, you can stay longer, in as a frontline agent, if you want. A lot of the folks that we have, say in Concentrix, would do that, and then um, grow their passions outside of work. Take another degree, right? And for example, in Concentrix, we have our own educational assistance program. So a lot of our employees would work and study at the same time and get, their tuition reimbursement. And then after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of studying, they would venture out to becoming someone else, a pilot. I know some who ventured in that industry. They migrated to other countries because of what they've been able to earn and learn while they were working, in the industry. So that's one route. Another route is getting promoted within a certain department, and that's where being open-minded comes in. And I love how the advice given, you go in there half full and half empty, because every time that you try to move up, you really have to have certain strengths already solidified, but at the same time you have to be open to certain new learnings, right? And third is, you can move in or get promoted in another department. So there are a lot of cases where you would just gain experience within a certain department, specifically operations, because that's the core of what we do, that's the core of what we support. And if you move to certain departments like training, human resources, recruitment, you would have a better understanding of the core department, the core business that you would be supporting. So there, again, be very deliberate and plan your growth.
Wow, that's really good insight and really good advice to plan your growth, because every growth for everyone is actually, it's a first step. To be honest, it's actually the way for you to grow is acknowledging, and you need to plan that, because how are you going to improve based on what you want for yourself? If you don't have any plan for yourself, um, you're just here just to stay where you are. The growth will not come in. And yeah, I agree with you with that. And lastly, but not the least, definitely, we have Miss Louie. Hi, Louie. So, how about you? What are your thoughts about that? Any
I
advice?
wanted I wanted to pass because they have gotten all my answers, yeah, all my advices already. But anyway, I think all of the panelists here, just like what Al, Jaya, Kurt, Christine, did I miss anyone? But all of us are all on the same page when we give advices. Maybe it's presented differently, but
Mhm.
I think one of the things that I'd like to highlight on na lang would be continue to learn, because with learning, yeah, with learning stuff like what Jai have said, observe. When you observe, you understand and you learn what's happening around you. And when you understand what's happening around you, when you learn the ins and outs, then you'd be able to adjust to that, and be able to do better than how you did things before. And in the first year of your work, definitely this is the time when you're like sponges, when you're like taking in all the information that you can take. And that's the best opportunity to learn, to, grab the opportunity to learn any time of the day, every single day, because that will only make you a better employee. That will make you ensure that you're on track in terms of the plans and the goals that you have set out for yourself. And also, the first year is always the very critical part of your employment, because this is when you know if this is the work that's for you, if this is the environment for you. But you always have to think that, again, just like what Zab have mentioned, it's not a perfect world. There will always be things that you like the most and things that you are not your favorite. And having to endure the things that you don't like the most would also make you a better person, would always make you a better employee. And again, even strive harder to become who you want to be in the future. So learning it, continue to educate yourself in any opportunity that you have.
Yeah,
That's all, Zab.
that's real nice. Thank you so much for that, Louis. And now, what we got from, to sum it up, what we got from them, everyone from the audience here, you need to be flexible, be ready, be authentic in who you are, and observe and adopt to every situation, to the domain that you have. You should always plan your growth. And of course, from coming from Louis, you also need to have a continuous learning, because that will make you grow some more. So now let's move on, that in the part that imagine that the candidates has already joined your organization. So if they do already join their organization, what do you think the advice they could provide them, um, being there in your company, and what do you think they should do, or how do you think, since we're already talking about learning, how do you think they could learn more about themselves or about the company? So yeah, maybe we could start off now with Al. Al, what do you got here?
Okay, so how would they learn more about the company? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, how would they gonna learn more about the role, the company, since we are already talking about growth, right? And
Okay.
in that time, how do you think they could grow? We already mentioned that be already flexible, or you mentioned that you need to plan your growth. How do you think they could plan that growth?
Okay. So I'm sure that all of the BPO companies would have their own learning and development and talent development infrastructure. And it's very important that you understand what are the learning routes. Some would offer self-paced learning, within the organization, and very deliberately, at least for us, for example, there would be courses within the organization that you have to take as a prerequisite before you're able to apply for a certain role. Once you're done with the courses, you have to also have gained prior experience, at least like a mini internship for a certain role, for you to get immersed and be prepared. The job interview for us is really a synthesis of um, your experiences so far, and just exploring the immediate readiness for a certain role. So again, just make sure that you understand your organization's talent development infrastructure. So there, I guess my colleagues can also expand on theirs.
All right, that's really nice. Yeah, how about you, Louis? Miss Louis. Hello.
Okay. So
Uh,
yes, hello. All right. Al mentioned that's true what Al said, that especially in the BPO industry, we're very big on career development. We're big on talent development. In Pro Group, we have a lot of different programs that support the growth of our employees, not just the advancement or promotions, but also horizontally. Like if there are employees who might be interested in the different departments within the BPO, we also have programs for that. So remember when I said earlier that during the introduction part that there are so many jobs that are being
mhm,
offered in the BPO industry. It's not just your frontline customer experience or customer support group. There's finance, there's IT, there's HR, there's recruitment, there's workforce, there's so many. And if you understand what you want, maximize all of the resources that are available in the company that you're in, because those resources are there for you to use. And everybody in the panelist group would agree with me when we always deliver these programs. If we can bring this home to your houses and ensure that everybody understands and enrolls to the programs that we have, we would do that, because that's how passionate we are in supporting and making sure that each employee would be able to achieve their planned growth within the company. So again, exhaust all the resources that your current company has, because that will only help you to grow your career and yourself.
well, that's very well said, Miss Louis, and it's really good to hear about that. And yeah, moving forward, how about you, Jai? What do you think? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I like the idea that Louis said, exhaust your
Exhaust me, right?
resources. You know why? I'm going to tell you a fact here, Zab. The resources that everybody here in this panel has, ang dami. I'm telling you, there's so much out there. Ikaw na lang ang aayaw. So, to the point of Al, when he said,
Mhm,
you have to know what you want to do. You really have to want to know, because it's not like we're supporting. I mean, all these folks here on the panel, we understand what talent development is. We
mhm,
understand what it takes to get you to the next level. You have to choose it, because sometimes you get even to a point that you have paralysis because there's so many options. That's why you have to zone in exactly on what your strengths are and what you really want to do. I mean, that's true.
totally
I
agree.
definitely agree with Al and Louis on that one. It's very clear. Find out. When I say strength, I keep on saying this. Strengths are things that you like to do and you're good at doing.
Mhm.
Okay? That's what the strength is, because I may be good at Excel. Ayoko naman siyang gagawin. Hindi ko naman siya trip. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you because studies have shown the more you do things that you really like, the more progressive you are. And you guess why I enjoy doing the talks like this? Because I feel like I've built enough strength to doing this. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's find your niche. You need to find your niche. And sometimes when you want to build a niche and you can't get yourself there, find somebody who can help you. Al said internships. Find find a mentor. Find somebody who you want to emulate in the company, or maybe not in the company. Somebody who you say, "Hey, can you help me out?" And mind you, for those of you beginning, mentors, it's not their responsibility to give you schedules and to tell you, oh, meeting tayo. No, find a time. These people are busy. You have to find the time to speak to them. You get their thoughts and ideas about things so you can absorb and connect with it. And all you have to do is be polite and ask them politely, can I have a few minutes with you so you can walk me through? I'd really like to know more about, you're a newbie and you want to be a trainer. I'd really want to be a trainer. I'm not sure how can you help me out, or can you point me to the right direction? See, it's a matter of connecting with people, and the more good connections you have and the more established your connections, the better you get along and the help you're going to get, right? And if you bring it really basic, if you don't know what you're gonna do, go to the job descriptions and go to the TA folks like Kurt. Go to the JDs. Tell me what they do, so I can build on what do you call this? Is it build on these elements that can help me become successful? What am I missing? What do I need to build on? Right? Connect. Find somebody to help you. Right? And use your
Yeah.
strength. Yeah.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you with that. I actually heard a lot of things from ADP as well because this is just to share to everyone. Actually, my wife is also a part of your organization, so I usually hear a lot of different things. So in terms of what you just mentioned, I actually agree with you with that. So yeah, moving forward, we have Christine. Hi, Christine. What are your thoughts about that? What advice do you think, or what do you think about an applicant being landed a job with your organization? What do you think they should do
Yeah.
to have that
So
growth?
just to also yeah, I agree definitely with Zai, with Louis and Al that it's very important to concentrate on your growth, to really exhaust all resources that you could learn within your organization. And for example, like with Optum, we do have free trainings for all employees, like the Six Sigma courses. It can get really expensive outside, but in Optum, it's free. So we make sure that our employees really take advantage of those trainings. But what I wanted to focus on mainly, for me, if you'd like to concentrate on your growth, it's very important that, similar to what Jai mentioned, it's really having conversations with leaders, with your mentors, even your colleagues, who have been with you so much, from conversations, from really observing them on their day-to-day work. So it's not that you always just want to be like researching or learning through books and through trainings. It's for me, it's the social interaction that you will have with your mentors and with your leaders that you can gain so much knowledge from, because in that way it would also help you aspire to be to be maybe a leader yourself one day. It can also help you understand, maybe, oh, I don't want to maybe take this path, maybe I can go to this path where my other leader, I enjoy more of what he or she's doing. So it's really understanding also these different opportunities that you have in front of you through the eyes of your colleagues and leaders.
Wow, it's really nice. And it's really great knowing that companies such as yours still offers those kind of trainings because to be honest, not all companies that I encounter with have those kind of programs. They have a different type of programs, trainings from themselves, but of course, a self-improvement for an employee or a candidate does not usually comes in for an employer. So yeah, this is really great to hear, and I'm sure that the audience we have here are very happy to learn that Optum also offer those kind of services as well. And of course, lastly but not the least, of course, hi Kurt. So what do you think?
Okay, what I'll share will be the fun part because
Yeah,
my
it's great.
here, they shared something a little bit serious, but again, to give our fresh grads and aspirants an idea, um, we created a line with together with the Contact Center Association of the Philippines, colleagues of mine. When we positioned the BPO companies this way, BPO is actually college or university life professionalized. So that's actually the idea now. Why? Because it's like college, but in the professional setting, you have learning opportunities, you have classes to attend. But what's more important is that you can also have fun. We have employee impact groups, and these employee impact groups, these are basically your college orgs. These are basically your theater group, your sports team. So to share, actually in pre-pandemic situation, we compete with our colleagues here in the BPO Olympics. We compete in volleyball, basketball, and various sports because it's important that we provide our employees with their work life balance. And at the same time also, the employee impact groups, we provide trainings on SOGI. We have Women Impact Network, for example, at Conduent. We have Disability Impact Group. These EIGs are groups wherein you can participate. And at the same time, at the end of the day, here at Conduent, for example, the goal really is that we invest in our people through our EIGs, in order for our employees, number one, to be themselves, followed by for them to grow and thrive, and lastly, to make a difference through the CSR programs that we develop for our employees, that will benefit the communities surrounding our organization. So there.
Wow, that's very well said. I think everyone agrees here when you said that you mentioned that is more on the college life professionalize, and there's a lot of learnings to be have working with the BPO industry. As I'm myself, even my early career days working in the BPO industry, uh, that is the time where I established all of my communication skills, the interactions I got from different people, and learning how to work alongside with these professionals are really great head start. So moving forward, we're just gonna have a little bit time left. So this will be my final questions for you guys. In one sentence on a phrase, why should your students or the candidates apply to your organization? Why do you think? And to start off, please, hi Jai, please kindly lead the way.
Ow. Why ADP? Why not? Um, I don't think I have to say much, really. And I even think I am more than honored to be part of this panel because I am surrounded by people who share the same values of making sure that our new brand of people or associates coming from the schools are given the right opportunities. These people in the panel that you see are people who give, who understand how to take care of employees. And we share the same value of uplifting the Filipino worker from not just giving you base wages, but even more than that. I will be redundant in saying whatever these guys, whatever these people will say, I will also say. But if there's one thing for sure, whatever you do or whatever you choose, you're in the right hands. And if you get to us, we'll make sure we take care of you. I've been in the organization for almost 10 years already. Low attrition. Why?
I
Because we
totally
enjoy it.
agree. Totally agree with you. Thank you so much, Jai. And now we could hear something from Christine. Hi, Christine. So why do you
Thanks.
think?
Yes, Sab. So for everyone, why work in Optum? For me, it's you can really be who you are, and really the company's culture would really be our people first. So, similar to what Jai mentioned, you'll be well taken care of. And definitely, wherever you choose to start your career in, definitely all these organizations will take care of you and prioritize you because you are our number one priority. And just to also share that really, with Optum, our mission and values is to help people live healthier lives and to make the healthcare system work better for everyone. So if you
Mhm.
see that your values and your culture is aligned with our organization, then come and apply. Why not? Right?
Yes, why not? Still, all right. Now we could have hi, Kurt.
Sorry, I'm on mute. So yeah, when I saw this note, one sentence, I find it really difficult, but it's like this universe question for me. But yeah, quickly, I started my discussion earlier, emphasizing that the BPO industry is a people business and we are people centric. So may it be in Conduent or outside Conduent, but for as long as you are in the BPO industry, what I can say is that we provide you opportunities. Again, I'll repeat this: to be yourself, to grow and thrive, and to make a difference in the lives of millions around us.
All right.
And to close at Conduent, for example, we help you move your careers forward. That's
Nice.
all.
Thank you so much for that. How about you, Louis? Hi, Louis.
Hello. Why probe? Um, Again, it's a decision that you guys have to make. I think the decision is if you're going to a BPO or a non-BPO company. But anyway, if you are choosing from a wide, good variety of BPO companies, just like all from where we are all, um, probe or anybody from this group would always take you for who you are, and add blings on you. Blings like learning, opportunities,
Mhm.
growth, of course, a very good compensation package, and you will always be in the center of our business.
Thank you for that,
Um,
Louis. Sorry.
Yes. So that's it. And again, just to close, also, I'd like to share with you that in this industry, it doesn't matter what you are or from which group you're from. Like me, um, it's quite hard for other industries to accept visually impaired or blind people like me. But the BPO didn't have any second thoughts in believing in what I can do and looking beyond my physical imperfections, so to speak. So if you want to be welcomed and loved and nurtured, you have to choose from the BPO industry. One
Uh,
one of these companies.
Thank you so much, Louis. It's really nice to hear about that. Go ahead, Al.
So I guess this is where we part brag and then part advocate for each other, right? So let me first go to the part bragging. So for Concentrix, it's simply one sentence: we are the biggest. So if you are looking for stability, if you are looking for not just benefits for yourself, but benefits for your loved ones, and really good benefits, then come work for us. Period. And Why part advocate? Because all of my colleagues have said it already. This industry will really take care of you. As you can see, we are a resilient industry. We have, if you are feeling our vibe, we're just like one vibe, one tribe, right? And in truth, in these hardest times, the IT BPO industry continues to grow, and we're hoping that we can extend that opportunity to you and your families as well. So yeah.
You so much for that. So that concludes all of the questions that we have here. We'll be having our breakout sessions moving forward. I would like to thank everyone, the panelists here, the audience here, being present here today. And now we'll be moving forward to our breakout rooms where all the questions could be answered. So please do visit and sign up the Grad Philippines. Most of the job opportunities and programs are all there, so you get an insight about their roles. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next Jumpstart sessions. All right. So yeah, you could also now already join to the breakout rooms. Thank you so much.